Okay, what's up, everyone? Happy Monday. I hope you guys all had a great weekend. And yeah, we had some nice trades on Friday, or one trade on NQ. Hope that you guys were able to watch that. But yeah, let's get into this week. We are bouncing quite aggressively here into the open. This is ES on the 50-minute time frame. So we back up at Friday's opening range low, which is at 460. And yeah, even the NASDAQ bouncing as well. Mag 7 stocks are all green pre-market as well. I already had a nice little quick scalp on the NASDAQ, so we can go over that. I'm up $1,000 on one of my FTMO funded accounts. And I've got a payout coming I've got three of them, three 100Ks. I've got a payout coming in the next hour or so on that as well. So it's been a solid month. But yeah, quick little scalp. We have this Trump tweet coming out on Iran. We pull back, and I'm just looking to take the longs back up to that level. So nice little 25, 30 points on that. Got me $1,000 on one of my accounts. So I do like the longs on the indexes today, possibly even back up towards Friday's highs, but that will be obviously a massive move. But I mean, we are green across the board. This will be a very, very interesting position to see if we do get this relief bounce that we are looking at. So yeah, right now, just going to trade what's in front of me. We'll see what happens with the edgeful data. I'll have my edgeful screener that comes up across the board, okay, in the next hour into the open. And then we'll go from that. We've got the open in 10 minutes time in terms of scheduled news events at 4:30 p.m. So 10:30 Eastern time. We do have Jerome Powell speaking as well. So let's keep that in mind. And then NFP end of this week. But other than that, I'm just going to trade again. Just keep it simple. Trade what's in front of me. And we'll look to see if we can make some bucks here into the open. So what's up, guys? Yep, Mark, Steve, another Mark, KB, what's up? Morgan, yeah, good to have you guys on. So yeah, it's been a solid month, and just going to keep ticking away at it, right? Keep trusting the data, and
Yo, can you hear me?
Can hear you, can't see you.
Yeah, I'm having some. I'll be right back.
Yeah, all good, no worries. But yeah, as I said, NVIDIA, Tesla, all up over %, even Amazon, Microsoft, and Meta. So it's going to be an interesting one coming into the open. Yeah, so again, like people ask me about what was my risk reward ratio on this trade. I don't really care, to be honest. I'm looking to make money. I was in my stop. I had a level on the stop, and I'm up. I'm green on the trade. I pulled it.
Yo.
Oh, there we go. We can see now. We can't see your buttoned up shirt though.
I know, no button up today.
Yeah. No, so I was just going over this trade that I had. I had a little bit of a long here pre-market, Andre. On
beautiful. How's my audio?
Oh, sounds good, bro.
Sounds perfect. Good. How's the recording?
On.
All right.
So yeah, I mean, I was just going over my month so far, and it's been pretty good. But I think the longs, I don't know what you're looking at, but the longs look pretty interesting here. We're bouncing pretty aggressively. I mean, overnight on NQ from high to low, we're up 400 points.
Yeah, I'm gonna look right now.
Yeah, Mag 7 all green as well. Round of golf was good. I was 8 over on the weekend, so I'll always take that. Not bad. I just like trading Monday, so remain away. Interesting. I found, yeah, there can be lower volume on Monday. I do agree, but I mean, we do have that stat as well with edgeful. Can actually bring that up. So if we go to the reports and then the green and red days by weekday, okay, in the last 6 months on NQ. So this is why this bounce gets me interested again for longs coming into the open. 68% of the time, NQ's closed green on a Monday in the last 6 months. Last 3 months, that might drop. Be interesting. No, 75. It increases in the last 3 months. In the last month, 100% of the time, bro. In the last month.
What's up?
NQ's closed green 100% of the time on Mondays in the last month.
It's pretty good, huh?
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's pretty bullish.
Yeah, so that's why this bounce gets me so interested. James, could you brief us on how you're joining? Yeah, I can do that. Maybe I can do that on a stream on my YouTube later on for sure. Yeah. James, can you search? That is the New York session time. That is for the New York session time. As you can see, we can go to the daily as well, but the data I was showing there is for the New York session time. Okay. So interesting. In the last month, it's been 100 Mondays have been 100% closed as green closing days. What's up, Connor? Dude, this edgeful is really useful. Yeah, it is.
It is. Hold on, I'm just.
Let's get your screen up as well, Andre, and then we can see what you're having a look at as well. But yeah, Paul is speaking at 10:30 Eastern time. Quite right.
Yep.
And don't be shocked if we get headline news as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's like one of the things that I wanted to talk about today, because there have been so many headlines. And it's just important for you guys to not be discouraged if you get taken out of a trade during a headline or anything else, because it's very common right now to have a headline move price like very significantly. So I just wanted to mention that, so you guys aren't discouraged on getting stopped out or whatever else because of a headline, because it's going to happen. It's part of trading. It's part of the markets in general. Whether you're scalping or investing, there's going to be some pretty crazy moves that are headline driven, and you just need to, like, as long as your trade idea is still there, if price is kind of in the realm of your favor still, like, you can just try to stick to it. But when there is a catalyst, it's like almost impossible to figure out like what's actually going to happen, especially before it comes out. Like if you're in a trade and there's no headline, and then a headline comes out, then something happens. Like then price obviously will move very violently. If you get stopped out, it doesn't mean your trade idea was bad. It just means that like, price moved. So
with headline news. That can be pretty interesting.
Yeah. All right, let me pull up my screen in just a second here.
Yeah, we had some nice trades here last week, bro, on stream. So I don't know. You'll like me. This is you'll like this trade, Andre. This is your type of trade, brother, from Friday. This is very scalpy like yours. So on Thursday and Friday on stream, yeah, I had very, very similar trades. So this was Friday. Look at this. I literally traded off the opening range low, and I got out.
Beautiful.
28 points, and I pulled it, and then it ends up coming down. Remember that trade I was in with you? I was short, I was long NQ, you were short ES, and it popped for me like 35 points. I didn't pull it, and then it ended up coming down, and I had to reverse my position. I'm being so aggressive with my profit taking now, and that's been helping me having this green run that I've been on this year. Like, look, I've only since January, I've had like 3 losing days, bro. 4 losing days.
Yeah.
None in February.
Dude, you've been on fire.
One this month.
Yeah, so, you've been on fire.
Yeah, dude, it's a lot of guys ask me, what's your risk to reward ratio on the trade? I don't actually care, to be honest. I agree. I'm like, cool, I'm taking it. So yeah, I mean, it was a pretty nice Friday stream. Even though we continued selling off, I'd already made my money. So I was like, I'm not really interested in much more late on a Friday. How do you find that green and red days report? So Mark, you go over here, you go to the left-hand side, reports. And then I've favorited it, so you can, or bookmark it. Okay, so it's over there, green and red days by weekday. Okay, on the left-hand side. And you can search for it and then bookmark the report. Yeah. And then it will come up on the right-hand side, Okay, perfect. Yep. The edgeful dashboard user interface is really easy to use personally. So yeah, and we also had, I think it was like 3 winning trades or 4 winning trades last week on my algo as well, all on stream too. So
beautiful, dude. It's been a crazy run, huh?
Yeah, it's been interesting price action, I must say. But I think me being aggressive and taking profits in this type of market environment has been something I've actually learned from you, because you're pretty aggressive in taking your profits, right?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I just don't really understand, honestly, when people want to catch those bigger moves. I understand for runners, but like if you're up 100 points on NQ and you're gonna let that reverse,
well,
I don't know, man. I think that's pretty greedy, to be honest. Like, I just don't really, it's just not as consistent. Like, I just don't really understand like the logic behind it, because like for price to move 100 points in your favor after you've entered without like stopping you out, it's pretty rare. Like, especially if you're not sitting in like drawdown and chop for a while, like 40 to 60 points, I think, is a really good sweet spot. Whether you're trading MNQ or NQ, the micros or the minis, it doesn't really matter. But I just think that if you're up 40 to 60 points, obviously it's completely dependent on the strategy itself, but you should at least take something off.
Well, even personally for me, Andrew, like I was up after 30 points, I was up $1,000. I'm not gonna in 3 minutes. I'm not gonna not take that. You know,
Yeah.
when you trade it, when you got size behind your trades, and I'm up $1,000 in 3 minutes, I'm gonna like, cool, I'll take that and we'll move on.
Yeah, dude. I think that. One second, I'm just charging my.
What sort of lots are you running with for trading? So lots on CFDs, lots will be different from broker to broker. I just have a risk amount. So I might have a 50-point stop risking $1,000 on NQ, for example. So lots will always be different. That's the thing with CFDs. Every broker will have different lot positions, but the opens just happen right now.
Yeah, we just got the open there.
Yeah.
I'm definitely leaning long. Also, if we look at the what's in play for a second, or sorry, if we look at the gap fill by weekday report on NQ, gap up on Monday, 79% of them have not filled in the last 6 months. So what that means, if you go to your ultimate reversal setup indicator on NQ, you do not want to expect price to come down to touch this blue line. Again, that's super bullish. So like James said, with the bullish moves on Mondays, you do not want to expect price to come down here. That is like reinforcing my long bias. Now you have to read price action. You can't, that does not mean you just like close your eyes and buy. You need to find an entry. You need to have good risk to reward, or not good risk to reward, like a good risk management more so. Yeah. But what I'm hoping does not happen, to make this clear, I do not want this to happen. Like I would be really upset if it just rips up to Friday's high, because this is going to be a really good target. And that's definitely going to be where I will be targeting for the longs, is this Friday's high, because of the inside bars report. So just going to the what's in play, everyone has the most popular ES and NQ template. So you just open up your what's in play in the left sidebar right here. You click most popular, or you click on the templates, most popular ES and NQ. It'll automatically load everything you need, exactly how I have it on my screen right now. What you can see, the top two reports, inside bars on ES, inside bars on NQ, 86%, 82%. Where's the target? Either Friday's high or Friday's low. Same thing here, Friday's high or Friday's low. The purpose of the what's in play for anyone who's new is it will give you your A+ setups every single day. It'll also show you what not to focus on. If you scroll down here, filtered out by the data, you can see all the things that are lower, that have a lower percentage here, lower probability, lower quality setups here. So you're going to see these as well to see I'm not going to focus on these. So you can see gap fill by weekday, terrible on NQ and on ES. So that reinforces again the long bias. Right here, this is what I'm looking at.
Yep.
So we're going to have to wait and see, but so far the bias for me is definitely going to be to the long side.
Yeah, we are. NQ is just up and down right now, so not too much.
Yeah, Jerome Powell speaks at 10:30. Oh, God. Thank you, Luke. I'm not super thrilled, to be honest, with Jerome Powell speaking. I would like to get a trade in before that, ideally. There you go, Luke. I would like to get a trade in before 10:30, ideally. Then we can see how the IB kind of forms. I know Zinc is going to be paying attention to the IB today, but what I want to do is I want to make sure that if there is a setup here, that I can hit on it before 10:30. I don't love to speak before, or to speak. I don't like to take a trade before or during. Sorry, I don't like to take a trade during Powell speaking ever, because you never know what the reaction is. Even if he says something bullish, the reaction might be bearish. You don't want to predict the reactions of what he says, but we'll have to see how this goes. I am looking at, I'm not terribly uninterested in looking for a pullback to get long here, but I usually don't love to take pre-market price action as levels, because if you could see down here, I just put the volume on, the volume is way lower during this whole period. So like, even for me, just eyeballing this right now, like even for me eyeballing this, like this is definitely an area where like I would be interested to see how price reacts here. So you can even pull this back a little bit.
Yeah.
But the volume is so low that it might not really hold. So I don't really love to use pre-market levels. I do like to use only the New York session levels. Either that's previous New York day, so that would be Friday on this day, or in this case, or price action from actually today.
Yeah, I do look at pre-market levels now, but I do agree with you. There's more volume and weight in the actual New York session, because that's when obviously the stock market's open. But I mean, I think we could see some great long sets today. I agree with you. Maybe a pullback into like 385, that low there, and then we can look to go from there. Let's do a giveaway. We do giveaways Wednesday, so make sure to join Wednesday stream giveaways.
So Wednesday streams, edgeful is 100% better with André speaking than me on my own. If there was a way that if we could make it so easy in the actual app itself that you feel you don't need me to explain it, that's really the goal. That's the intention. The thing is, everyone has such different styles and everyone has such different ways of interpreting the data that there is no, here is the rule. There's no recipe. It's not like we're making eggs. It's not like we're making an omelet. Like there is no, you need to crack the egg, put it in the pan, put the pan on medium, leave it for 10 minutes, mix it around. Like there is no recipe to any of this, which makes it really hard for us to build more cookie cutter education around it. So we could make more YouTube videos. We obviously have the streams. That's a pretty big reason why we do the streams, is we want to show you guys how we use the data in real time. I would say this is the only trading stream that's backed by data. So all the bias, all the levels, all the targets are all backed by data. I don't think that there is a single other trading stream that has data backed, that has data backing the trades or the traders. So that's why we do it, because we want to show you guys how we use it. And yeah, I mean, it's
but again, use this also like for educational purposes, right? I call out my trades, André call out his trades, but we're not doing it so that you can just hop on the bandwagon. Yeah, it's not a signal. Everyone trades differently. Like on Friday, if you took my trade, you might have got red on that because I was in and out of my trade within 2 minutes, 3 minutes. But that's the way that I like to trade, especially right now with these type of markets. It's been working for me, quick in and out. If you're trading, you use how we trade and try and see how you can adapt that to, into your style. Everyone's got, as you said, everyone's got their own style. The number one thing though, is what André said earlier, is you got to know how much you're risking per trade. So like, I'll take a trade and I know how much I'll lose max. So if I take a trade, I know, okay, on this trade, max I can lose is $1,000, but I might be up $400 and be like, listen, I'm happy with that. I'll cut that right there.
Yeah. Now, James he's obviously been doing this for a long time. He's very consistent. The thing is that some people will do something like this, right? And let's just say that you're short here and your stop is at a new high of day for the New York session. And now your target is a 1-to-1 risk to reward.
Yep.
Now let's just say that James is going to cut the winning trade here, which would put it at a 0.5 risk to reward. The issue is that he will also typically not let his stop hit as well. This is his worst case scenario. The issue with a lot of traders is that they will always let their price hit their stop loss, but never let price hit their actual profit target.
Correct.
So it's super important that you guys aren't just cutting your winners short and then letting your losers like
hit full
blow
stop
your
loss.
account.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's very true. So when someone actually asks me how much you're risking, could be I risked 1,000, but that's worst case scenario. I'm very rarely, probably like less than 1% of the time is my trades. I'm sitting in the trade and boom, it will hit my stop loss.
Yeah.
Unless a Trump tweet comes out and I can't change that.
But yeah, I mean, it's important to call that out, because we're not telling you to cut your winners early. You do not want to just cut your winners early, but more so the important piece is you don't want to cut your winners early and then let your losers run, right? Like, meaning let your losers like blow your stop or move your stop loss, giving the trade more room to breathe. Like, you don't really want to do that. So just keep that in mind. Now we are getting a pretty significant sell-off, to be honest, like way more than I was expecting.
Yes, and why I'm coming back. I still like the longs, guys. I don't.
Same.
As long as we still hold above. One thing I like to use with the edgeful data is VWAP. We're holding above. Let's go like this. We're holding above overnight VWAP at the moment. So the daily VWAP, overnight VWAP, call it whatever you want. It's from 6 p.m. Eastern time. We are still trading above that on ES. Okay, that's that black line on my screen, as well as NQ. NQ, the overnight VWAP is there, and you can actually get the indicators. All with edgeful is bottom left-hand side of your trading view indicator access. I use the edgeful indicators for the orb, for the previous week's highs and lows, opening week range, everything like that. The reports that I use, they all got the indicators. And then if you look at the edgeful VWAP suite, this can actually tell you. Look at, I'm on NQ at the moment. We're below the New York Open VWAP, which is obvious because we're coming down now, but we're above the daily, and obviously the weekly is going to be the same as the daily today because it's Monday. But it shows you all of that over there. So we're coming down at the open, but we are still above that daily VWAP on NQ.
Yeah. Also, guys, just one thing I want to mention here is that we do have a wait list for the edgeful API. So if you guys use Claude, you guys use Codex, you guys use AI in general, we are going to build a solution where you can pretty much have your own AI agent or your own AI go through and analyze all the edgeful data, build it in your own, like into your own workspace, into your own like analytics, like hub that you've built. So some people are a lot less technical. Some people are technical. The important piece is that just join the waitlist for the API. We're going to be probably doing some priority access to the people that join the waitlist. So please, on the left sidebar of your edgeful app, you can sign up. The other thing is I'm going to go over here. I'm actually
we are live on the edgeful YouTube as well, but some of the guys saying they didn't get the notification saying they'd be going live. That's interesting. Maybe it's a glitch with YouTube or something. I don't know.
Can you check while I put in the comments?
We are live.
We are live on YouTube, right?
Yeah, I made sure to check. Yeah.
Okay, just give me 1 second.
Yeah, we live.
Okay.
Let me put it in this as well. I did put it there, but I'll put it again.
I just put, I'm going to do it here too. 1 second. One sec. I'm just putting the links here so you guys can look. All right. So wherever you are, if you want to join the API waitlist, if you want to be able to pull the edgeful data into your own workspace and have an AI analyze it in the way that you want, or you want to do no AI, it doesn't really matter. You don't need to use AI to use the API. You can just pull it into your own database if you're more experienced, or if you're not experienced, you can just have Claude do it for you. But we are going to be building an API. So if you guys are interested, please let me know, or please join the API waitlist. I put the link in the comments of the chat. Also, Meta is getting absolutely demolished.
It's done at 5:30.
Yeah. So
you see that one guy that had the option play? He sold options on it for $7,000. It went to 350 or something like that. Yeah, we off those high spark that we had in January, end of January, down 42%, bro. Look at that.
I know.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, not ideal. But the one thing and this is, let me be clear here, not financial advice. However, I think that this is a good opportunity to get into Meta. Honestly, I was buying initially at the 700s, at the 600s. I did not say, always the opposite. So there's a comment here. It says we're bullish and we just keep dumping, always the opposite of what's in edgeful. And let me just address that quickly. So what we're going based off of, the bias in here, there's no, just to be clear, nobody on the planet has any idea what is going to happen in the next 10 minutes in the stock market.
No one.
This bias that's here is based on historical data, based on specific patterns, based on specific reports of what has happened, right? That's the only information that you can go off of. There's no information, like nobody's going to be able to predict the future. Now, if a specific pattern happens all the time and the outcome is a certain thing, then you can use that to trade in a certain direction. So let's look, for example, at the inside bars report. In the last 6 months on NQ, price has opened within the previous day's range 73 times. So when you see price today opens within the previous New York session, in the New York session here, you can see that we opened today between Friday's high and low. When that has happened, 60 out of the 73 days, price has broken out to either touch this high or this low. Now, does that mean that today is going to break out? No. It means that 60 out of the 73 days, price has touched either this one or this one, which by definition means that 13 out of the 73 did not touch. So does that mean that you risk your whole account expecting price to touch either here or here? Absolutely not. You do not do that. You still need to find a good trade. But the pattern is price opens within yesterday's range. Now, what we're measuring is price going to break out or not? And you can see this has happened an extremely high amount of times. Therefore, you want to use that in your trading to expect price to either touch this point or this point here. Now, by definition, when you see something that's 82%, it does not mean that it is a guarantee, obviously, because 13 times out of the 73, it didn't happen. So if you're going to risk every single day 50% of your account expecting this to happen, and it doesn't happen today, you're not using the information correctly. That's very bad risk management. Same thing for the initial bounce. If we go to the IB, 79% of the time, price is going to break one side of the IB. But that also means that 20 out of the last 127 days, price is going to break both sides. Even 6 out of the 127 days didn't break either side. So if you're going to put your whole account expecting this to happen today, that is a huge mistake. The idea, the comparison, the analogy that I like to use is I'm going to make an analogy to basketball. If Michael Jordan has an open layup, there's a very high probability that he's going to make it.
Yeah.
Whereas if there's a random guy throwing a half-court shot, buzzer beater, It's very low probability that he's going to make it.
Unless you're playing Yukon and Duke.
Yeah. But if you're going to put your money on either Michael Jordan making an open layup or some random guy throwing a full court shot, you're going to want to put your money on Michael Jordan. But is that a guarantee that he's going to make it? Absolutely not. He's not, because he's missed layups before. You can go back, you can go look at it. He's missed layups. It just means that one of them is a higher quality trade or a higher quality bet. And in this case, the higher quality bet today is bullish. Does that mean that its price is only going to skyrocket today? Absolutely not. Especially because we have Jerome Powell speaking in the next 40 minutes. So there's obviously a huge catalyst. There's global macroeconomic issues that are happening, which I'm not going to get into on stream. But there are a lot of issues in the world that are creating catalysts. When there's a catalyst, it doesn't matter. So let's just say if Michael Jordan gets hurt mid-shot, or if someone hits him in the face mid-shot, immediately the probability of him making the shot decreases significantly. Is that because Michael Jordan is bad, or is that because he got hit in the face, which is a catalyst? It's because he got hit in the face. So the data here is not a guarantee, and that goes without saying, obviously, even though the data is very strong, which it is still very strong here, where the inside bars that I was talking about before, it looks like the previous day's low is going to be hit, which obviously is extremely unlikely. But that's the way to interpret the data. That's the way to interpret the edgeful data. I hope the sports analogies kind of made sense there, but it is how I look at the data and how I look at the markets. Is there's no guarantee ever. There is positioning yourself in the high probability versus low probability. And to be honest, there's really not another place you can go to actually be able to quantify what high and low probability is. So there you go.
Yeah, there's no absolute. Anyone that guarantees something is talking BS.
JP McLaughlin. There's no. The market says no bull moves until André loses some button. Yeah, I don't have the buttons today. So tomorrow, Wednesday, I'll have the buttons. Except life and taxes. Yes.
Yeah. Death and taxes.
Yeah, death and taxes.
Yeah, I still like the long. So we're sitting at daily view app now on the NASDAQ. But again, like that doesn't just mean I just randomly come in and start buying. I wait for, normally I wait for the opening range to set. And then I look to take, interestingly enough, Thursday and Friday, I took trades before the opening range had set. And I took the longs off the lows back up towards the highs. But that's again, playing off my feel of the market and just getting quick in and out of it. So I'll wait for view app sitting at the daily view app right now. If we had to get something, something like this would interest me for the longs.
I'm going to get a coffee while you explain this one second.
Yeah. I don't just start coming in and buying. I'd like something like this where we get a bullish move up, and then maybe I'll take something on the next leg higher. But yeah, we are getting a little bit of a mixed bag across the Mag 7 right now. NVDA now down, as well as Apple, everything else up. So I still do like the longs for sure. This is a 15-minute time frame. We can go again to the 5. YM is holding up the best. We're up 0.46% on it. And ES as well at that daily view app. So I still do like the longs off of this overnight or daily view app, right? But we have taken the opening range low, so that is a consideration to be in. Anyone had any trades? Anyone take that short down?
So I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty shocked about this move. I'm wondering if it's because Powell is speaking, but
Potentially.
what I would love to see is NVIDIA really like kind of pick back up here. But to be honest, I'm not as confident in the longs anymore. And I'm assuming this is going to be like catalyst driven, but I mean, I also don't want to be in a trade during Powell speaking. But if we get a retest of the orb low here, I would be interested, but I just don't know if it's going to happen. Like if we get something like this, the thing is,
this is two massive walls down on the 15-minute as well. I mean, as long as we still hold above Friday's lows, I still think we could.
Yeah, but I'm saying the target is Friday's low. Like the inside bars is the inside bars. Like this is probably gonna play out today.
Yeah, are you saying to take out Friday's?
To take either the high or the low, and like obviously right here, like this is
the low's close there. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the what I wouldn't be surprised with is something like this. Or I mean, the thing is, breaking both sides of the range is a little bit tough, to be honest. Like I would not expect it if it breaks Friday's low to break the high as well.
Jeez, that would be a massive move.
What's up?
That would be a massive move to go.
Yeah, I mean, it could be catalyst driven, but if we go to the inside bars and we go to the by breakout. Inside bars by breakout is just a more detailed view. It just splits out like all the different scenarios of the regular inside bars report from like, so you can see here, break the high, break the low, double break, and no break. So you can see the double break has only happened 10% of the time, touch previous day's high and low. So that's something to consider, that like you don't really want to expect it to do this, to be honest, because once it breaks here, James, like you've said with the previous day's range report, it's like a confirmation in that direction.
Yeah, correct. They were asking for the music. We had this music playing with Zinc last week.
Dude, where'd you get that music from?
It's on.
Are we gonna get banned? Are we gonna get banned because we have music on?
It's built on StreamYard, so it's allowed. It's allowed.
All right.
It's not copyright.
Perfect.
Okay, there. You want the music? We'll put the music on just.
Dude, I don't know about the music. We might need to turn it off. Leave it on for now. we might need to turn it off. No, leave it on. Leave it on. It's fine.
Okay, fine. We'll leave it. We'll put it quiet in the background. I won't lie. When you're trading by yourself on stream, it is nice to have the chilled music in the background.
Yeah. Love the Zen music. Okay, leave the music on. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not super.
Yeah. NQ is now down.
I mean, you just can't short here. You just can't. You just can't. The target is Friday's low. Like, unfortunately, I'm expecting this to flush, but I just want a little bit of a pop before it does it.
Yeah, NQ's Friday's low is at 234. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's only 60 points away right now.
No, not 234. It's at 269.
Oh, sorry, I got the extended market hour though. Yeah.
Yeah, if we can get a little bit of a pop, that would be nice. I just think we're just getting a little bit too close here. But like I said before, I was hoping that we weren't going to get this, except we just got the opposite. We got this, which that sucks.
For now, I think if you would have to be short inside that opening range, and for me, I didn't like that it was such a big gap up to start the Mondays, and we spoke about how bullish Mondays have been in the last month as well.
Yeah,
on a Monday.
I mean, there was no real short entry here, to be honest. Like even in hindsight, like were you going to short after this high was taken, but not this high was taken? Like you're going to short
Yeah,
after
so
the
it's
like the
about-
break of this 520 level, but then not wait for this 570. And then after there was a like confirmation, like where was the short?
It's what Zink says, that he's never met a losing hindsight trader.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on. Let me pull up your screen 1 second. I'm having some issues with TradingView. Dude, sometimes my TradingView gets like so messy. I'm like, why is this happening?
Yeah, so right now, NQ is now starting to base out a little bit. It'll be interesting to see what NVDA does. And NVIDIA is bouncing as well off of those Fridays extended market hour lows too. But again, I'm not going to just come in here and start randomly buying, Andre.
No, I would like to get a pop to short.
Yeah.
Because the gap, this was super low probability, but like I'm assuming the gap just filled too.
Let's have a look on NQ gap fill.
Yeah, the gap just filled on NQ, super low probability.
Correct. Yeah.
And on ES, it hasn't yet, but NQ is clearly weaker than ES at the moment. It's just that,
yeah, you
like today might be a day where like everything, like all of the one-off stats play out.
Sure.
But I would rather sit out of those days than try to predict those days, because again, this is like it's a half-court shot. I don't want to put my money behind a half-court shot. I would rather put my money behind a layup or like a 10-footer.
Yeah, and some guys are saying you could have shorted opening range low. I agree. I'm green on the day. You got to also see where I'm coming from with regards to now on the day. I'm green already, up $1,000 on the day. So I'm not coming in trying to just be gunsing. I'm going to wait for a nice trade and see if I think I can catch that. Yeah, did you see that game with UConn and Duke, bro?
I didn't see it.
March Madness. Come on,
dude, the only sport
more American
that I follow
than you.
is what's up?
I'm more American than you.
I know you are with sports 100%, and I'm more like, I guess, European. I mean, you're obviously not European, but like I feel like F1 is not an American thing. It's like
no,
anywhere
it's
Europe.
like, it is European, yeah.
Yeah, but no, the only sport that I really watch is F1, and I didn't even watch the race. I know what happened, obviously, but I didn't even watch the race this past weekend.
We know why André hasn't brought that up, because my team is winning.
Dude, you got your boy George can't even beat the rookie.
My team is winning. I'm a Mercedes fan. My team is winning.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm hoping, honestly? I hope Max just rage quits and then I hope that he goes to another series and then they fix all of it. Dude, they should just bring back the V12s or the V10s and just have those old school cars that are a lot smaller. That'd be so great, honestly.
Yeah, no, the Mercedes car is strong this year. But you see, they're not racing for another month, and then they got another break as well. Yeah, I'm actually going to be in Miami the week after the Miami Grand Prix,
and we're gonna hang out.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some edgeful data trades in person.
Yeah, there you go. Can you please clarify the concept of gap fill for NQ? I don't see any gaps on the chart. So,
yeah,
just so everyone knows, you're on the gap fill report. If you scroll down, there's a video here. Every single report on edgefill has a video. It walks you through exactly what the report measures, how you use it, with chart examples always. So, I highly recommend looking at these videos. But pretty much, the way that it works is, and I'm going to go actually here, I'm going to go to the Get Started section right over here. When you scroll down, how to use sessions. This video is going to explain the sessions. This is super important. because what James just said was that Friday's low was at 231 or whatever, 234. And I said no, or not no, that he was wrong, but Friday's low is at 270 or 269. Neither of those are wrong. It's that if you're looking at the daily session, Friday's low is at 232. If you're looking at the New York session, Friday's low is at 268. Now, the reason that's so important to understand is because when you're looking at the inside bars report and you're saying you see that 83% of the time price is going to break out of that range, what's the range? Where are you looking? Where's your target? Where is it? Now, if you're looking here at this, let me make it yellow. If you're looking at this yellow line versus the red line, that's a difference of almost 40 points, which is going to make a difference in your trading. So the actual number, the one that I'm referencing, is this red line here. The ultimate reversal setup indicator will plot it for you every single day. But the reason that the gaps, that some people don't see the gaps, is because you're not looking at the session. So when you go on Edgeful and you go to the reports and you use this New York session, which is the default, the New York session down here. And again, the ultimate reversal setup indicator will plot it for you. So you don't have to worry about that. This blue line here will get plotted automatically for you every single day. So you never have to calculate it yourself. You never have to plot it yourself. But it is using the close of the prior New York session. It ignores all of the data in between the New York sessions. So you can see that there was a very big gap up today of 200 points. And then now the gap filled, which means that price in today's New York session touched the previous New York session's close. That is what a gap fill is. A gap up is when price opens above the 9:30 price, is above the previous 4 p.m. price. A gap down is when the 9:30 price is below the previous 4 p.m. price. The blue line will be plotted for you every single day. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and there has been some big moves overnight. I do agree with that, Mark.
Yeah. And you could make custom sessions as well for overnight moves, by the way. So if you go over here and you create custom sessions, you can create other sessions that are overnight, and you can pick different times. You can look at the IB at different times. You can look at the gap fill at different times. You can look at inside bars at different times. You can look at literally everything. And if you guys are confused about what that really means, reach out to our support right over here. We do have an AI that starts first, but just say, speak to a person. You will talk to our team right over here. So if you have any questions about, hey, I was thinking about measuring this, reach out to our support and say, what would the session need to be in order to be able to measure this properly? We have support. I don't think that you'll have to wait more than like 10 minutes to get an answer.
Yeah, no one's in a trade right now. Right.
I do like how this is kind of basing out here, though.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we got 20 minutes until Mr. Powell
speaks.
Yeah. So the inside bar is still in play. Green and red days by weekday on ES, very bullish still. Now, granted, like I said before, the catalyst is important. If Powell's speaking, you want to be careful about being in a trade while he's speaking. To be honest, if you're in a trade while he's speaking, Edgeful Sport is the go. Thank you. If you're in a trade while he's speaking and you take a loss, don't be surprised. I'm only saying it because it is completely, there's no direction, there is no data behind anything. It's all based on the reaction of how he speaks or what he's saying. So you should use way lighter size. Just be really mindful of that. Also, I'd love to hear how you guys have been using Edgeful AI, how you've liked the report analyzer. I would really like to hear about that. This is still like the very beginning iterations of how it works. So we're obviously looking to improve it. Please let us know how, if you guys are using it, which I hope you are, let us know what you think about it in general. But I'm curious to see how price reacts here at this low. The only thing I don't love is that it kind of is like basing out, which I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah, it is basing out right now. NQ just taking its daily view app at the minute.
I use edgeful AI. I can't stop using it. Beautiful. If you have any suggestions on what we can improve, because obviously we're looking to improve it, obviously always, please let us know. If you want to let us know in the chat, let us know on Twitter. Just reply to our posts on Twitter. I read I obviously have access to the edgeful Twitter. I have my own Twitter. So please let us know.
I do like, Andre, what we're doing over here. So if I could just go to ES, I do like how this is what I have seen on these type of days, personally, is when we have like a massive move up. I mean, even on ES, like from the lows to the highs, I mean, even including that spike, it's 121 points. It's almost 2% move on ES. Yeah. It's pretty big pre-market. What I do often see is like an aggressive sell-off, and then we do find a base either at this daily view up. Now we did take it, and then we kind of can move up from there. That's what I would like to see for the longs. But I do know you love the shorts. You love shorting, but
I do love shorting.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing at the moment. But we do have Paul speaking he's speaking in hot post 10, so next 19 minutes. Please add FTMO to your list of problems to work with the algo. So you would have to speak to Andre. That's MT5, Andre. You would have to get MT5 working.
Yeah, James has been asking for this for a while.
Yeah.
Can you actually just send that request to add MT5? Because we're tracking. There's like a lot of tracking that goes into how these requests get actually implemented. So please send a request to our support saying, hey, I really like for MT5 or whatever FTMO to be included in your algo offering or whatever you want. Just give us give the ideal scenario. Yeah. And that's important.
So YM's actually holding up a little bit better. We're bouncing off of that daily view up. We didn't take it like we did on NQ and ES.
Yeah.
So
and then Paul, if Monday's red, what are the odds Thursday is green? Something like that. I feel like you actually might be able to do that now because every report has every single report has the day result at the has a column for the day result, and it also has the weekday. So you might just be able to pick like the initial balance report and then say only look at the day result and the weekday and give me a breakdown for every time Monday is closed green for the other thing. I'll do it with you right now, but I will do it with you in a second because I'm looking at this here and I want to see how this is going to react.
No, Paul still says it's
NVIDIA is really pushing right now, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Meta's pushing also.
Yeah, ES up to 430. So I would like something like this personally, Andre. Something like maybe like where we hit the opening range, we don't break for a new low, and then we get the move higher. That's what I'll be looking for. But obviously, it's let's see. Paul is speaking now at
in just a few minutes, like 15, 18 minutes, 17 minutes. I'm not in a trade right now, but I actually don't love the shorts off of this orb low, right? Like unless we got to move up with like a pretty violent move down. Okay, here. This is what I would like to see. I would like to see something like this. But the issue is that if NVIDIA is going to like rip here and then Broadcom has the same price action, I'm not really sure how I would like that, but this area I am interested in. This is like the key area I'm looking at here. I'm wondering if I should take a starter. Sure. I just don't know because I don't love the idea of rushing out of a trade because Powell is speaking in 15 minutes. Like that's my concern. But NQ is definitely the weaker one. I kind of want to try it.
Yeah, it's coming off that opening range low right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no. Yeah. I didn't take it, but this was the move I wanted to see. What is happening?
Do you have an algo tutorial? Yeah, there is a video that you guys can watch.
Yeah, we definitely have a tutorial for like almost everything.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you go on YouTube and you just search edgeful algos, you'll find.
I can get a. Let me see if I can get a video here for you as well. Edgeful algos. So this one.
Before you send it, just scrub through it to make sure it's like the most recent one.
I know. I think this is an old one from 11 months ago when you first.
Okay.
Yeah. This one, André.
Yeah, it's not that one.
Yeah. Okay.
If you reach out to our support, I know that's not the ideal. Or if you go on YouTube and you just look at it, you'll probably find something or someone else who's made a video on it. So I'd recommend doing that. But I'll probably make a new video soon because I don't think I have in a while.
Yeah, that's the old one that anyone that used to ask, I used to just send them to that. But I think that's from
the issue with is we make so many updates so quickly that like I don't make a new video for every single time we make an update. And I also don't know where all the most recent videos are because they're all obviously all on YouTube, but the older ones obviously have the most views, and the ones with the most views go to the top, and the ones that have the most views are not necessarily the most recent ones. So that's yeah.
Go to the edgeful YouTube channel. There should be some stuff.
Yeah, if you go to the YouTube and then you just search in the edgeful YouTube, then you'll find more. I think that Dan Cook has some pretty good explainers about it too.
Let's go up there. Yeah, so I caught a little bit of that move pre-market. I showed you guys before the open, but for now I haven't taken a trade off the bill. What's up, Brad?
Yeah, I'm a little bit hesitant to take a trade right now because Powell is speaking soon, but the ideal, that's what I'm a little bit concerned about. The thing is, I'm also still not very bullish right now because I think this move is pretty strong to the downside, and I would be pretty surprised if price just ripped. Yeah, this is so my thought process here is I don't love, the more that price sits in this area, the less confirmation I feel to the short side. So in an ideal world, what I wanted to see was what I had drawn out before. But the more that price just consolidates in this area, like people are waiting for the next 10 minutes for Powell to speak, like it makes me not want to take a trade more and more. And then also when you see these spikes down that immediately get bought up, spike down immediately seems to be getting bought up. That's where I'm a little bit more hesitant. If price retests this orb low, I might try something, but I really don't want to be in a trade when Powell is speaking.
Yeah, I've got CNBC up here. Normally they put him on when he starts speaking. Yeah, I'm personally not going to take a trade until he's done, like in 5 minutes after he's done speaking.
Do you know how long it'll be for him? Like how long is him?
Normally, I mean, it's normally like 15 minutes, but I mean, the markets will definitely move on what he says. It's the same as FOMC. FOMC happens, and then at 8:30 or 8:30 my time. So at 2:30 p.m. time, it starts to get a bit more volatile.
Yep. Could there be a Powell speaks report? Yeah, I wish.
That's all. Yeah, that's so subjective. That's what he says.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah. There is in the Discord, there is a group chat on the algos. Yep.
Yeah, there is a private chat. So you will be able to get access to that, but only if you have the algos, not if you don't. Yeah, I'm still leaning to the short side now that the IB is also going to set in a minute here. So I don't know if Zinc is watching here, but the IB high formed first, the low formed second. The idea here is, this is what he would do, is here's this orb, one sec. What I would like to do is get a test of this area here. Like if price can push back into this area and then we confirm, like we reject again, that would be great. I'm not really sure, but I feel like the expectation around whatever, like the reaction to Powell is going to be bearish. So that makes me not bearish. I don't know. I feel like the sentiment overall is just very bad right now. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, YM is also bouncing off of its daily VWAP too. So it is interesting.
So I'm new here. Isn't the IB formed in the first 15 minutes? So the orb is formed in the first 15 minutes. The IB is formed in the first hour. They're the same concept pretty much, just on a different range. They have very different results. Yeah, the screener will be really formed in the next 6 minutes here, right as Powell as Powell starts to speak. The idea there, I'm assuming a lot of the screener will be bearish. I don't know. Maybe I'll try a starter here, but James, I was saying a couple of weeks ago that I've been like too precise with the entries,
yeah.
that I just want to not try to be as like a perfectionist with the entries specifically. But then the issue is that if I enter here, then my stop is 50 points, and it's not really at a proper level. Like where I really want to enter is at this like 70-ish area with a stop in like at 410, really, which is a 35-point stop, 36-point stop, which is much better for my style. But then my target would realistically be this previous day's close again, this like 310 area. I would not realistically hold for the 104. I would maybe hold like a runner or two. But in this recent market environment, like what James was saying earlier before the market opened, was that he's had a lot more success being more aggressive with profit taking. And same thing with me. For anyone who's been watching the trades that we've taken, what's happened to me consistently is I will take a trade, leave a runner, and then always stop my runner at either break even or in slight profit, which is like not what I want to do, obviously, because my first target was better off in terms of a point value. So I don't really like holding runners too much.
Yeah, it hasn't been working for me in this type of market. So I've just been taking profits quite aggressively. So we got 4 minutes till Powell speaks. Will be interesting. ES is underneath opening range low and New York session VWAP.
Yeah, this is like not great. The thing is that even if I had entered here, I would be sitting in this chop. Perfect. We are looking into it. The reason, just so you know, that I told you to reach out is because we have, like, the way that we reprioritize the features that we build internally is by the tickets that we get. So the more people submit for MT5, the higher priority it gets. The less people, obviously, there's no priority there. So if one person asks, like we only have so much time. So if one person asks for something, like we can't build it just for this one person. But if 100 people ask, okay, that's a different story. So that's why I mentioned that we're doing that. That's why I told you to reach out to support.
James, did your algo take a short? It actually didn't. It didn't ping off. No,
I don't think that you probably don't have Monday short on.
That's probably it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, not too big of a fan of this price action right now. I would love, it's like over now. I don't know. We only have 2 minutes until Powell speaks. Like, you have no idea what's going to happen. So
they're sending it to the moon.
Yeah. If they can send Bitcoin to the moon, that would be awesome. But
yeah, Bitcoin's at 67K.
Yeah. I'm really curious what Powell's going to say now. So do you have CNN up, or not CNN? What did you say? CNBC?
CNBC, yeah. Definitely don't have CNN up.
What? Yeah. Yeah, NQ significantly weaker than ES right now. Yeah, if we can get a pop. I mean, it's just so tough now because the IB is going to set in 1 minute, the screener will be set in 1 minute, but Powell's speaking in 1 minute too. So that's really tough. So that short side trade, yes, it could play out, but it could move 70 points away from you, away from your entry before you actually get the move. So that's the tough part about trading when someone like Powell is speaking.
Yeah, here he starts to speak. Hasn't come on yet, but yeah, NQ is now the only index down on the day at the minute. YM's up and ES.
Okay, so we're getting a little bit of a pop. What do you have on CNBC? So Adam, I wish I had a better answer for you. Stop at 56 on ES. I'm assuming you're short. So I'm assuming you're short somewhere. 56. Yeah, it's a definitely a good size stop. I mean, obviously I don't know where you're short from, but even if you're short anywhere in here, it's definitely a good size stop. The tough part is if he says something that's super bullish, then price is just going to rip. So that's why I was not really loving getting in a trade before. But yeah, it is definitely a good size stop on ES. Like a 20-point stop is honestly huge. So
yeah, YM is now picking up a little bit of momentum to the high side. We've actually cleared the New York session VWAP on it.
Yeah. So Meta's seeming to push. Apple's building a base. Still at near low of day. Broadcom not looking super bullish. NVIDIA is looking like it's rolling over, honestly. I'm still interested in the shorts.
Mark, those the algos I'm not taking on my FTMO accounts. I'm taking them on personal, but yeah, I can 100% show you how I'm operating with the FTMO when I'm in Cape Town for sure. Yeah, YM now above 700, 45, 700. So that's off the lows there. It's up 170 points. Definitely not.
Yeah, the screener is not really bullish right now either. If you go to the daily bias template. So I want to talk about quickly the difference between the what's in play and the screener. The screener you want to use as an overall daily bias. This measures as many stocks as you want. The template has 14 stocks, typically the highest weighted stocks in the major indices, as well as the major indices. So if you're going to be trading NQ and you have a bullish bias on NQ, but everything else, all Apple, Amazon, Broadcom, Google, Meta, Microsoft, whatever, are all bearish, NQ is going to go down. So the way for you to get a broad picture or like a pulse on what's happening with the markets is to look at the screener and say, okay, the major market movers have a bearish bias today. In this case, it's split, definitely leaning bearish, but they have a bearish bias. I'm going to be looking to the short side. It doesn't mean that you can't scalp longs, but it means that you want to be looking to the short side if this bar is extremely red. The what's in play has individual setups for specific tickers. So the difference is the what's in play is for the A+ setups that you're actually going to trade. The screener is to understand the overall market bias. That's the difference between the two. Did he start speaking yet?
I haven't seen him come through on stream yet. No.
I'm gonna go to YouTube quick.
Yeah,
oh, someone else is speaking still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever change your approach based on the market environment, such as these recent price action moves? You have to.
You have to.
I think it's one of the most important things with a trader. Yeah.
We both just said you have to at the same time.
Yeah. I think that's personally why a lot of traders struggle. They'll have. Let me give a great example. Okay, I had a friend of mine. He did really, really well last year. That the indexes on the DAX specifically was trading literally every single morning. You could wake up, buy, close your eyes and buy, and you would make money by the end of the day because it was up like 30% in the first 6 months to start the year last year. June came around and his price action started to do this. And he torched a lot of his money doing that because it wasn't the same type of market environment that he was used to making money on. And that is the difficult thing about trading. It's always changing. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would love to. Yeah, Pal's not speaking yet, but God, these shorts would have been nice. I just can't do it. The thing is, like, ES is so much stronger, but at least like the move on ES like hasn't happened yet. Like, price is about to take the IB low on NQ, and it just did right now. Just took the IB low on NQ. Again, super bearish. The highest form first, lowest form second. This is like pretty textbook IB buy rejection here. The thing is that you don't have as much leeway to take that short because today the move wasn't as big. I guess 50 points is pretty big. But you're like, where was your entry? And like, this was the tough part for me, at least, was like, where was I going to enter? And now that price has taken the IB low on NQ, that like is confirming my bearish bias. So going to the what's in play, in the next minute or so, you're going to start to see the IB on NQ load in. But one thing that I don't like to do is short the one that's lagging. And James, I'm curious what you think about this, but I don't really want to short ES because it hasn't hit the IB low yet, because it's technically stronger. So if I'm going to short one of them, it's going to be NQ, not ES.
I agree with that, Andre. That's why I trade all three indexes. When I'm looking for a trade and I'm long biased on the day, I look to buy the strongest index. I won't look to buy NQ if it's lagging and I'm long biased, but ES is holding up a lot better. For example, today I'd love to. I like the longs personally still right now. So I'd like to buy YM. Reason being is we've actually taken out the New York session VWAP on it, and we're coming off of that daily VWAP. Look how we didn't slide through it. Whereas NQ and ES, we actually took it out. We're trading below that daily VWAP right now. So if for example, I like the longs today, I would look to buy YM rather than look to buy NQ or ES. Yeah. Is he speaking yet?
If you guys search Jerome Powell live on YouTube, there's Associated, I don't know, I'm just looking at whatever came up first. Associated Press, which is the live one. I think he is speaking right now, but I have it muted. I just want to know when he starts.
Yeah.
Which I think he did start. So please, guys, be very careful with your trades now. And yes, the speaking did start. Be very careful with your trades now, because the market is going to react based on what he says. It is not going to react based on data. It would be awesome if it did, right? Like if the market was like, oh, the edgeful screener is bullish, we should start buying. Yeah, that would be great. But that's not the way the markets work. The data is showing it's actually not that strong in either direction, which is pretty shocking to me, because I would have thought, and this is a reason the screener is so important, because I would have thought that price was very bearish because of the move we got in the morning, when in reality, it's not as bearish just yet as I would have thought 59% bearish, 29% neutral, 13% bullish. Obviously not very bullish at all, but definitely leaning towards the side of bearish. But if he says something, price can just skyrocket right now. And the data in general, when there's a catalyst, is not going to matter. Now, luckily, there are not that many catalysts that happen. So overall, you lean on the data to put yourself in the position of taking high probability trades. But if Michael Jordan's taking a layup, usually very high probability shot. However, if someone is like elbowing him in the face, no longer a very high probability shot. So that's very important to keep in mind.
Yeah, why I'm strong bearish? I mean, still from pre-market, yeah, from the open it's been bearish, but still pre-market. I mean, from the lows of the day, we up, up 600 points. So I can't really agree with that at the minute. If you're looking at a hard time frame, yes. If you're looking at current day's price action, it's been pretty bullish. Like if you're looking at pre-market into the open.
Yeah, you guys have to be careful because you don't know what he's gonna say. You don't know how it's gonna react, how the market's gonna react to what he says too. Now, granted, NQ way weaker than ES. ES hasn't even broken the IB low yet, but you have to be careful. And there's NQ that's looking to make a new low of day here.
Edgeful data says 100% break of the RB low.
Where do you see that?
In the chat there.
No, I know.
I didn't see.
Where do you see it? Where do you see it?
No, I don't see it. He's saying that's for why.
Damn. 59.21.
Let's have a look. Yeah, personally for me, I don't use the initial balance though as much. I use the opening range in VWAP with the edgeful data. So Zinc might use the RB and that he obviously crushes it. There's so many different ways to trade, and you got to find a couple of reports that you like and stick with that.
Yeah.
But just what I'm seeing at the moment now, if it takes out a new low, obviously, then I would not be looking for longs. But on YM at the moment, if we can hold up above 525, I would like a long with something like that, level like that. But if pre-market into the open right now, we've just moved higher. We're still trading at the same level that it's not like we've flushed and making a new pre-market low and markets are tanking off. NQ is looking a lot weaker because we're trading underneath that daily VWAP. So I'd agree with that. From the open, we have been bearish, including on YM as well from the open, but not if you're including pre-market data as well.
All right, I'm gonna fill up my coffee. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Cool. Let's get my stream up. There we go. So yeah, I'm just watching at the moment. Yeah, Paul is busy speaking on the moment. I can see him on CNBC. Yeah. Yeah, look at MY RV form first. Yeah, nice. You got to trade with what ones you go off mainly, yeah? What reports you use. So still just those one longs pre-market. And then nothing at the moment. We have been making ES and NQ now flashing lower. Blues, both issues. What would be bullish case for Powell to drop? Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. He's not smiling. Stats for shorts are 100%. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, so I'm with a quite strong bearish closure out there at the minute. Nice. Did you all go take the orb today, James? Got a quick one. No, it didn't take the short because I think on Mondays it doesn't take the short. You can program that in, right? So it wouldn't have, because the Mondays I don't take the short on Monday. But yeah, Powell is speaking at the moment. NASDAQ bouncing a little bit here to 296.
Yo,
we're getting a little bit of a bounce on the NASDAQ, bro.
What a bounce right now. I'm curious to see how price reacts off of this orb low right now.
So yeah, why I'm picking up a little bit of strength too. Yeah, it's a little bit of a trickier day, bro, must say.
Yeah.
I mean, if you didn't catch the shorts off the open,
So this is the reason, by the way, that we were saying you don't, let me just make sure my screen is up here. Okay. This is the reason that we are saying you don't want to just like blindly enter something, because in the last 3 minutes, it moved 70 points and it hasn't moved 70 points over the last 30 minutes. So is it just going to continue to rip now? Maybe, but it's best to be more careful. If you are going to trade, you need to have way wider stops than you probably would like to, to be honest.
I agree with that.
But since he started speaking, it's been pretty bullish so far. I don't know if that will continue, but
no, someone got a win on YM. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, NQ, very big wick. Yeah, I mean, this 5-minute bar on NQ is 90 points.
The thing is now, the moves are driven by catalysts, so you have to be much more careful with what you're doing. If you, I'm not going to continue to say that, but
yeah,
just be more mindful about it.
took the sell, but got our break even. Yeah, I mean, the shorts on Nasdaq or ES were probably nice, but again, with you are selling at quite a low point of the trading day too. Like for the New York session, you're selling almost at the lows, so you got to be understanding of that as well.
Yeah, I actually like the music, by the way. At this volume, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, just a chilled volume.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zink had it on. He was the inspiration for it.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I don't really know what to expect right now. You really got to wait. Like, this isn't something that we're going to be able to use the data on, because when Powell speaks, the markets listen. So there's not much that we can do.
NVDA and Tesla, NVIDIA is picking up a little bit off the lows as well, quite aggressively. Tesla, yeah, Tesla as well.
Yeah, Apple's really rolling. Broadcom's rolling. I'm curious to see what the rest of them do, but right now, everything is going to be driven by what Powell says, at least for the next 20 minutes until he's done.
Do you only take into consideration data from the New York session? So when you say low of day, you mean low of the New York session? Right. Yeah. So yeah, correct. So I was speaking low of day and selling at quite low New York session. Obviously, pre-market, we're quite far from those lows.
Yeah, I'm not interested in anything right now.
No, yeah, Nasdaq's been playing at the same price for the last bit, 30 minutes.
ES still hasn't broken the IB yet, which is crazy. 63% bearish on the screener, still pretty neutral. 63 is definitely leaning bearish, but not really hard in either direction yet.
Yeah, look at the bouncing at NQ off these lows.
Yeah.
Definitely a tougher long. On NQ, I'd like something like this, Andre. If I was going to try long, I don't like the shorts at this level, but if I was going to try long, I'd like to get back into the opening range and then look to take a long, like off there with the stop at the low. Personally, YM is looking a lot more bullish at the moment. See how we are bouncing off of that daily VWAP, which is that black VWAP at the moment.
Yeah.
So if we can also on YM get something like that to pop a close at those wicks, and then maybe something like that back up towards that opening range high, I'd be interested in.
I'm not super interested in this, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not super interested in this right now, because even after he started speaking. What time did he start? 10:30?
Just after 2:30.
Yeah, it's been pretty choppy even since he started speaking. So I'm not really sure about what to do here. I just think that no trade is better than a losing trade. Yeah, I'm not super interested in this right now, to be honest. This has been extremely choppy. And yeah.
Yeah, NVDA is trying to bounce off of the lows.
I mean, Apple is really sold off. Let's see what's in play still. Okay, so ES inside bar still in play. IB by rejection to the short side still in play. Opening candle continuation for ES is in play. Yeah, we got that whole IB setup still on ES that hasn't played out yet, but you can't really bank on it with a catalyst like this because it just depends on what he says.
Yeah, I took a small long on YM. I'm not in super big.
Pull up your
yeah.
Here. I just pulled up your screen.
There you go. So I took a small long on YM, and I'm just going to be targeting the opening range high. So I'm in at 716. Yeah. So I'm going to stop at the low. We'll see if we can get a little bit of a pop here. I'm going to try and take it up to opening range high, but if we do get to like a level over here, I might look to cut that or win.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting this bullish price action now.
And I'm buying wine because it looks the most bullish for me, what I look for in terms of the price action right now. I'm up 50 points. I'm going to cut some there. I'm going to close 75% and then see if I can leave it right now. I'm up 50 points on that. So I'm not going to very, very quickly up 50 points. I'm not going to let that go back with Powell speaking now as well. So it's literally such a quick trade.
Yeah.
There you go. So I got mid through that bar there. Literally just 2 bars, 50 points. I'm not going to let that turn back on me, bro. Again, I'm never letting this come back down to tag me at full stop loss. So
100%.
716 to like 770. Boom. Now I'll try and leave the runner to go to opening range high, but that puts me green on the day. Like I don't really care about how many points I catch. I see green on my trading terminal. I'm happy with that. I'll take it.
So ES is making some pretty significant moves into the orb right now. If we look, NVIDIA is looking to push, Meta's pushing, Broadcom is pushing, Tesla's pushing, but just be patient, guys. If you're taking trades now, just be patient.
There you go. So you see like quick little scalps. I've actually, that's something I learned from you, Andre, these quick scalps like this too, bro. I actually went down to the 1 minute for that chart. I always like looking at the 5, but I went down to the one we're breaking out of this kind of like level that we've been. So kind of like that level. This is New York session VWAP as well. So New York session open VWAP, we got above it. And I just saw mid 1 minute bars. Like we starting to gain some momentum here. I'll get in mid bar. And then I'm literally taking it out on literally 1.5 minutes later at that next pop. Now, see, when I'm up a couple $100 on that trade. I was risking not too much on that trade, like $500. When I'm up $300 on that trade, I'm not going to let it come back down and tag me for negative. So I'll close.
Yeah.
I'll close 75% and see if I can catch a runner.
Yeah.
So that's a great 5-minute close for my trade. So I'll see if I can catch a runner to opening range high, which would be 870 on YM. But at the moment, I'm majority out of this trade.
Yeah.
NQ's picking up some momentum too, but the reason why I don't like the NQ longs, it's a tougher long for me. We were trading below that daily VWAP and the New York session VWAP when I took it. So when I took that YM trade, so I'm using the edgeful date. See, for me, even I like using the price action structure pre-market, but then I'm using that Mondays green and red days. Like I don't want to fade that. We've been 100% bullish on NQ in the last month on Mondays. So I'm using that to my advantage, especially when we get a massive gap up like this, and then just playing the opening range and VWAP using that.
100%.
So it can go like this. And then we'll download that and then put that in. I'll put that in the chat for you guys.
I still haven't taken anything, but I don't really see, honestly, like I'm not interested in taking trades when Powell is speaking.
Yeah.
But we can give it a couple more minutes. Hopefully you get that TP.
Yeah, opening range high.
Yeah.
Again, like I'm 75-80% out of my trade right now.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be looking to, like, it's not a massive piece that I'm holding at the moment. And this will probably put me up on the day about $1,500. So yeah.
Beautiful, dude.
Yeah, I waited all morning for that. You see, I didn't chase any short, even on that bearish candle down. I didn't chase a short or anything like that. I knew I liked the longs on YM specifically, and then I'm just waiting and being patient. Now I know YM probably not the most popular asset to trade, but André was mentioning earlier, he's looking to trade ES and NQ. He wants to buy, if he's short biased, he wants to sell the one that's relatively weaker. That's what I'm doing today on YM. I'm buying the one that's, I like the longs, but I'm buying the one that's relatively the strongest.
100%.
So we're back up almost at the half day, which if including the
there's a huge lag between YM, NQ, and ES right now. That's crazy.
Yeah. YM's up 0.89% on the day, 0.9% on the day.
Yeah.
NQ's up 0.3. Okay, I'm actually going to get full out here. This is at the body high. I'm going to get full out. I'm not going to wait. I'm up 116 points on this. I'm not going to wait for an extra 40 points on a 25% trail. I'm full out on that position.
Beautiful, dude. Beautiful.
There you go.
Beautiful, bro.
Yeah. Brilliant. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not taking anything. The price action right now is very much contradicting the data. So that's because Powell's speaking. I'm not super interested in taking trades when he's speaking. I find that, like, honestly, a lot of my trades don't really do well when he speaks. So like I'm not good at trading when there's giant gyrations. So
yeah, no, I think that's a good place to end it there. We had I think that was a really good stream. I took the long. André showed discipline and staying flat when he doesn't like anything. So yeah, I'll be live with Zinc and that rest of the week, as well as obviously André on Wednesday and Friday. So we'll see you guys all there. Remember, giveaway is live on Wednesday, edgeful membership free month, right? And then wherever you are watching this, if you're watching this on edgeful YouTube, my YouTube, make sure to subscribe and give a follow on X as well. Have a good rest of the day, guys, and we'll see you guys all on tomorrow. Cheers.